The Lee crew is heading to Disney World in just a few days. Let's get packed. Here we go. Hey crew, I'm Nasa and I am thrilled to be bringing you along on packing day, or packing days, because it's a process, right? I hope that by following along you find some tips for packing for your own big family or small family, but also maybe just a little entertainment while you're folding the laundry at home. I love watching vlogs like these and I hope that you do too. We are headed to Disney World for 7 nights at the end of January. It is just 5 days away from right now, and I am so excited because it's not just me, it's the whole crew. That's right, 6 kids, my husband, and grandma is coming too, so we will be a group of 9. Now, luckily, I don't have to pack for grandma, just my crew, but 8 people's enough, right? So for Christmas, we surprised the kids with this trip for Disney World. It was a big surprise. Here's a little peek at it right now.
It's a box.
Wow.
It's
Made of corrugated recycled. Mom, did you get
Whoa.
I got a gift card.
Okay, wait. What? Gift card for where?
Disney. Disney. Sure. An
What?
adorable magic
A magic band?
Magic band?
Happiest
We're going to
vacation
Disney.
on earth.
Why would we give you all this
I
stuff?
don't know.
Are we going to Disney?
Are we going?
We're going to Disney World!
Yay!
In 26 days.
26.
26?
What?
We're going
We're gonna be there on Ezra's
birthday.
We're gonna be in Disney World.
Liam just responded. Oh, I'm messaging Liam. Hold the phone.
Disney World.
So I love that we were able to both surprise them. They had no idea, didn't expect it. We've always talked about that we were going in 2027 for my husband and my 20th anniversary. So they did not expect it at all. So it was super fun that we got to surprise them, but that they also get a help in the packing and prepping and planning part too, which several of my kids are just like me and love that as well. So it's been really special to bring them along. We made some changes to our, the last hotel we're staying at, and we kind of had some options and the kids got a vote, which is super special. So they were a part of that planning process. For this trip, we are spending 4 nights at Saratoga Springs in a 2-bedroom villa, along with 1 night at Animal Kingdom Lodge in a 2-bedroom villa, and rounding up the trip with the last 2 nights at Old Key West in a 2-bedroom villa. All of these sleep 9, so we are all together in a room. We'll have a kitchen, and washer and dryer. All will be fantastic. Don't worry, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so I will bring you along on the entire trip, but also show you room tours and room reviews, what it's like for an actual family of 9 staying in a room that sleeps 9. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, we're very excited. Things that have led up to today where we're at now. Rewind to 60 days ago. Funnily enough, I was actually in Disney World doing a girls trip in November, and that's already on the channel, so you can go watch. But that was super fun. But at 60 days, I got up and I booked Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. That opens at midnight 60 days before your trip. So I booked that, and for 4 of the kids are going to do it, including my son. So 3 of my girls and my youngest son, who it will be his birthday. I'm so excited. When he found out that there was an option for boys for Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, they turn you into a prince. He is thrilled, and I think it's the perfect age. If we waited another year, he might be too old. So I'm really excited for that. But at 60 days out, I booked that. Now at the time, you can also book dining reservations, but I didn't book any because we're a big family. It's really expensive. We're also vegan. And while there are good plant-based options, my kids are still kids. So they're vegan and picky eaters, making it kind of tricky. There aren't a lot of great vegan kid options around the parks. And so We hadn't booked anything. I actually, though, was able to score a great reservation that I tossed in. And so stay tuned because that's coming. The kids don't even know. I'm very excited for it. But at 60 days out, you would book dining reservations that you would want along with Bibbidi Bobbidi and other experiences like that. After that, it was figuring out how we were going to tell the kids, which I think turned out great, right? You saw that clip. And also finalizing details like how we're going to get from the airport to our resort, things like that. We are using a car service, which I'm very excited to try out. We're not renting a car this time, which means we don't have to pack car seats, which is amazing. My husband is beyond thrilled to not have to. It is great to have them on, but like on the plane, buckled in, but it will be so nice not having to lug car seats through the airport and, you know, get them buckled into cars and whatnot. So anyway, we don't have to worry about that this time. After Christmas, it was time for outfit planning, which, like I said, my oldest two girls loved helping plan and they kind of sat down with me. One of my biggest tips for outfit planning for a big family or a big group, if you're going kind of together, is to include kids and get their opinions, because then they will be on board for it. And I've got a wide range of ages, right? My oldest is 13, almost 14, down to a very opinionated 3-year-old. So wanting to make sure we have fun family themed outfits, but that kind of went with what everyone would like to wear and that they were comfortable in the parks too. I like to do family themed outfits that go with our love of Disney, considering the park that we'll be going to that day, along with our kids' interests. So for example, one day when we're going to Epcot, you can meet Anna and Elsa there and do the Frozen ride, which my youngest two is their most favorite. Like, they love Elsa and Anna. We didn't meet them last time, so including an Elsa and Anna theme was key. But of course, my boys are not gonna wanna wear Elsa and Anna outfits, so pulling colors from that, using the blues and the greens are things that they want to. I did find some really great shirts for them that fit along with Epcot that kind of went in the color theme. Again, wanting us to have fun with having themes, also that we coordinate and look good in pictures together, because I'm a photographer and so I can't help but think of those things. The last thing that I want each outfit to do is be something that they will wear beyond the parks. I don't want it to be a wear once and then never again. I have 6 kids. I can't afford to have things that will never get worn again. So that is a big important factor in my planning as well. Another thing that I did was check kids' shorts. It's winter here. It's a long time before shorts. You can't just run to the store and get shorts. So if I needed to order them, a lot of the kids have grown. So being able to see kind of what we needed. Now, looking at the forecast, we may not need those shorts after all, but being prepared and planned, because Florida weather can throw anything at you. So being prepared, doing it a little bit early so that here 5 days out, I'm not stressed because I can't go to the store and buy shorts. I can get winter coats, but not shorts. Another important planning factor that we did prior to now was getting ready for multi-pass, like booking lightning lanes. We're a big group. I need some coffee for this. Let's grab some coffee. That's better. We're chatting. We should have coffee, right? Okay. Like I was saying, multi-pass was a big thing that we were planning for. We're a big group. It's going to cost a lot to buy lightning lanes for everyone, but we're also already spending a lot on flights and hotel and food. And we're going to move slow around the park because we're a big group. We're going to be using Rider Switch. We're going to have characters we want to meet and whatnot. So using lightning lanes is 100% worth it to save time where we can. I sat down with the kids and we had a meeting and talked about each park each day. What were our priorities for those first lightning lanes that we were booking? Then rewind to 7 days ago. Nope, rewind to 2 days ago at 7 days before our trip, where I got up at 3:45 a.m. because it releases at 7, which is 4 a.m. Pacific time here, to book those lightning lanes. Let's rewind a moment here and look at that.
It is 3:47 in the morning, 7 days before my trip. It opens for booking at 4 a.m. Pacific time, so 7 a.m. Orlando time or East Coast time. I've got my sheets ready with what I'm hoping to book. and laid out so that I don't have to think. I can just follow this. I'm ready. Here we go. It's 3:59:27. I'm using my watch so I can refresh right at the time. I've got my sheets. Here we go. I'm feeling so nervous.
The biggest thing that helped me book those lightning lanes was that I had a sheet, the kids and I met. I had everything written down on this planning sheet that I created. You kind of saw in those clips. It has been gold. It's the second time I've used them, and I got all the lightning lanes I wanted, including Tiana's on 2 different Magic Kingdom days. So I am thrilled because I know that that one is hard to get. Next up was getting the stroller ready, and that meant washing the parts, pumping up tires, kind of getting that and figuring out a system for, we've been to Disney before, but we drove in and out of the parks. This time we're gonna be taking the Disney buses and everything, so we're gonna need to be able to fold down our stroller easily, get all of our gear out. So I came up with a system that would work well for us and still have all the things that we needed. Let's go back to just a couple days ago when I got all of that ready. I washed the stroller parts to our stroller. We have the Bumble Ride Indy Twin, and Derek started putting the parts on, but it's not going on correctly. So now I need to pull up a YouTube video because I can never remember how to put it back together. But once it's together, this is like my favorite stroller. So let's get this back together, and then I'm gonna do a test pack of how to do this. Since this time we are actually going to be taking Disney transportation and not just loading it up the one time into the back of the van, rental van, to go between the Airbnb and this. This time we're gonna be riding, not planes obviously, but we're going to be riding on the Disney buses, taking the Skyliner, so we need to be able to fold it up easily and have kids grab a bag for going through security and stuff. So I've got a plan for that, but we're first gonna put this back together. The question is, can I do it? Got the stroller put back together. I had to watch a video. I also had a little call with my mother-in-law to get kind of just talk through some details, grocery order, etc. But I thought I'd show you my stroller setup for what it's going to be. It obviously won't be like this for the airport, but this is how it will be for the parks. And by kind of prepping it, I put notes in my phone of what each thing will be, but I want it to be minimal, but still give us everything we need. We've got 6 kids. We've got a lot of things that we will need in the parks during the day. So this way, but I also want it, because we're going to be going on the Disney buses or transportation through security, that it will be easy to do those things. So I have things kind of broken down so that each kid, at least each of the big kids, and then myself and my husband can take a bag and then, off the stroller. That way things are kind of contained. So I am going to flip this around and show you. So this is like the setup on the back. I've got these extra hooks. These are fun little Mickey ones. This one can hold, I will have 2 water bottles. We're going to be bringing 2 of this size. They're the Stanley. They keep things cold forever. My daughter has another one, and so we'll be bringing those 2. And then on the other side, we have a third, like a big, simple modern water bottle that we like, and we will fill these up instead of having everybody have one, just because less things to carry and worry about filling and refilling. So we'll have 3 large water bottles for us, and then this little pouch thing can carry my coffee and things like that we need in here, or easy access stuff. I've got these clips right here, which are fantastic. I've got it attached to our diaper bag, and I will show you kind of what's in everything, but for now you can kind of see how things will be. And then I've got a cooler bag down here. Okay, I've got to go underneath there to keep it easy. I have 2 totes and they have stuff in them. They are categorized. I have notes. They're different colors so that I can be like, Sawyer, you've got the purple tote and that is your responsibility through security and when we get onto the bus. And so they know, and like Hudson, she can carry this one. And then we'll also know like what gets packed in it. Palmer's gonna come help. Oh, I've got a hungry kid, so just a moment. In the purple pouch, it is, again, I love these bags. They zip, so everything can be contained easily, but I've got pouches in pouches. This one is my pouch of ponchos, so that for riding Tianas, or if there's a ton of rain or anything that we need, we can do this by bringing these in. It is saving any money. I have made the mistake and had to purchase the poncho when I took Milo last spring because it rained, and yes, so this will be there for that. And then the other thing in this bag is, it's technically a packing cube, but I've got a spare set of clothes for the youngest 3 kids. They are the most likely to, even if it's colder in January, they're the most likely to run through the water, like to get wet, or maybe have an accident, spill some food, something, but I've just got an outfit change for each kid of the youngest 3, like I said, and then right here in this pouch, and this can fit right underneath, like that. This second one is kind of more of the things we will need to access kind of more throughout. Maybe once we're in the park, we'll kind of have some things out, but inside this bag, like I said, going through security, going through the things, I've got our picture frames with a couple Sharpies. These we get signed by the characters. We did it last time on our trip. I will show you what it looks like. I loved it so much. The kids really loved it, getting the signatures from the characters, but then this way it's not just in an autograph book that goes somewhere on a shelf. This is like hanging on our wall with a picture from the trip. So I've got 2 frames here. So we've got that, a couple pens. I know last time we didn't even bring pins, and it was fine, but I've got it in a Ziploc bag this time in case it does rain or something spills, they're protected. So we've got these. Like I said, when we're out and about and getting characters, this probably won't be in this bag, but at least we've got protection. I also have, I call this my restaurant bag. I bring this anytime, anywhere, going to the restaurant with kids, also for myself. So one is, it has bamboo straws. I hate paper straws. Like, that sounds terrible. I'm all for saving the earth, but those things just melt. And so I've got a whole bunch of bamboo straws in here. I've got little individual pouches of Miss Mouth's Messy Eater. These are amazing for if you've got a stain, you can treat it right then and save clothes if they do make a mess, because we know that little kids, or me, like someone can make a mess, and that way we can wash it when we get back to the resort, but at least we can treat that stain. So I've got a few of these pouches right here in this pouch. Pouches in my pouch. It's a lot of pouches. I also have a couple of little kid silverware. Sometimes the big stuff is just a pain. And then I also have a bib in here that's easy to wipe down, and it's got jasmine. What's not to love? So this one for Palmer. She doesn't always use a bib anymore, but like if we're eating ice cream, anything to protect the little princess dresses, I've got that bib, and that's what's in this pouch. And again, because it's compact, like this is small, we can pull just this in to the restaurant. We'll probably bring this whole pouch in. If we go into quick service, we park the stroller, we can just grab this. We also, in here, I have the sunscreen pouch, and it will have like children's Tylenol, any meds or anything that we might need, but sunscreen. Okay, honey, I'll get you some. The sunscreen pouch, and so we've got both these. There's also Advil in here, and the face sticks, so those that we will need. This probably will live up here, so we remember no sunburns on this trip. And then the other pouch that I've got in here, I still need to pack half of it, but one side is, a friend actually gave us all these lanyards with a bunch of pins, and there's 3 in here. I think we have a 4th one somewhere, but I thought that we would bring them, and I think the kids will love trying out pin trading, and it's not going to cost us anything, and we'll just bring these. So this way they're brought, like they don't need to wear these everywhere, but I can keep all their pin trading pins kind of here, and then they can pin trade with cast members. And then in the other side of this pouch, I will put some activities that are actually going to go in their activity bag on the plane, which I will that will be later on or in another video probably. I'll probably do the activity bags in another video because this one is going to get so long. But this way I'll grab some of those little smaller activities, magnet tiles or something like that to stick in here just to keep them like give them something to do if we are sitting in a quick service location or sitting and waiting for the parade or doing something that, you know, want to keep the littles entertained. We'll just have some like little figures in here, and then that will zip up and all these will go back into this bag. And then again, it will just fit right underneath the stroller, zipped up. So this is easy to carry, and we can just toss this right underneath here. So then we are set to go like this. Those things fit right underneath here. We have an extra hook here, and so if we have any purchases or anything we need, we can clip it right here and have some space for that. There's room in those totes if we need to bring things. I do have in this pouch one of those little bags. This one is a Target specific one. Have you seen these? They're like reusable grocery bags, but they're so small, and I figured this will be great if we have anything else we just need to gather from the stroller. Sweatshirt, like they'll probably wear sweatshirts in the morning, they can chuck them underneath their space, but if we need to grab stuff, small things, just throw it in here and then take it to go on the bus or in through security, whatever we need to kind of pack up. So this will be great for that. As I said, this little pouch will be in this front section. I also have a little pouch of extra liquid IV in this kind of main area, and then inside the bag will be obviously more pouches. I like pouches, but this one is our diaper pouch. I like to be able to just grab this instead of needing to grab the whole diaper bag for whoever's changing diapers. It has diapers on one side, and then the other side has wipes, and underneath is a hand sanitizer and some bags to throw the diaper into. And so this will be great. And then I've got one final pouch. This one will be kind of like the electronics pouch. So I will have, it's not fully packed right now because I'm using gear, but it will have the portable chargers. It will have stuff for the GoPro, backup for the, you know, our filming cameras and things like that kind of in this pouch that we will need throughout the day to make sure we stay charged and ready to go. And then at a couple of the times I'll be bringing my big camera. It will fit in here. And then this is easy to take off and pop and bring onto rides should I actually have that big camera in there and someone isn't staying with the stroller. So that will be safe, and we'll have extra pouches. But I'm feeling so good now that this is ready and whatnot. I can kind of break it down a little bit to get into packing, which is next on my list. Whew, that's a lot of prep beforehand, but it'll be totally worth it now that I am sitting here ready to pack and prep. I've got an empty bed, which again, key. I like to lay everything out so that I can see what I've got, make sure I'm not forgetting things. I'm not just chucking things into a suitcase and then like, did I get that? Did I get that? Organization for me is key, and laying it out on an empty bed will be helpful. I also have my packing list here on my phone. I like to use the Notes app and just have everything kind of listed out so that I can check it off as I'm packing it. The great thing of having it in the Notes app is anytime I think of something, if I'm out, if I'm away from my house, I can still put it on the Notes app. The other thing is that when we get to Disney World and we're looking to pack to come home, I can use that checklist the same way to make sure I'm not forgetting things and leaving things in Florida. Win-win. Okay, we've got the empty bed, a couple baskets full of things I have been setting in that I will need for the trip, gathering them. So I have a few baskets here. Let's get to packing. Here we go. As you can see, I had to pause packing because I knew that my daughter Sawyer would want to help with some of the packing. Plus I had other mom duties. So in the meantime, I,
got a workout in, played a little matching game, princess matching game with Palmer, and did some puzzles. She's obsessed. I'm also working on laundry non-stop. That is life as a mom of 6 anyway, but before vacation, the last thing I want is to come home and just have all this laundry. So I'm trying to get a ton of it done. One, that will help me in packing because things will be clean, and 2, I won't have like a bunch of laundry just sitting here while we're gone. But now I have to go get Cohen from preschool, get the kids, kind of get them set, and then get back to packing with Sawyer. Like I said, we've got a few changes to do with her things. So first, let's go get Cohen. As you can see, it is now later. It is darker outside. I now have switched from coffee to tea, and Sawyer is home from school here. You can almost see her here. Say hi, Sawyer. We are gonna start laying out the outfits. Now, because the weather has changed a little bit, we're going to have to make a few adjustments to kind of have a backup plan in case it's freezing cold. So we are gonna lay out the outfits starting day by day and then move on from there. Let's get packing. And we can just bring in Jasmine ears for me and Rapunzel for you, because the other girls will be doing Bibbidi Bobbidi, and Ezra's hair will be done. I think that will be, this might be my favorite. I like it. It looks so cute. It's my favorite color. Love it. Are you helping with laundry? We're now just 4 days before the trip. 4 days. I can't even believe it. And last night I didn't get as much done as I would have hoped I would have gotten done. There was just, kid homework and emotions, and my husband worked a little bit later, ballet, things like that. So today I have some work cut out for me. One of those things is folding laundry, always laundry, right? But I also need to figure out what to get, or what Sawyer will wear for our Animal Kingdom Day. She has this really cute coral colored romper that kind of went with the Moana themed dresses that the other girls are wearing. And the boys are doing more Lion King and navies. And I don't know if she has anything to kind of fit in. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear, because I was going to wear a navy dress, and I think it's just going to be too cold and rainy. So today I've got to get that figured out. We're cutting it close if I need to order anything or, borrow from friends or whatnot. So I need to get that figured out with her today, along with lay out the rest of the outfits. I'm starting to pull things. I'm hoping to get clothes kind of settled and packed today. I don't know. My big secret for this trip is that we do have a washer and dryer. So my plan is to pack all tops, unless it's a dress that is the bottom included, or in my case, a specific skirt. But then I'm going to pack 2 pairs of pants and 2 shirts, or 2 shorts, also 2 sweatshirts per person that will go with any outfit, because we will be able to do laundry, and I'm just going to run a load every day, and that will keep the amount of clothes when we're needing to layer down to a minimum, and will hopefully just simplify things as well, that it's like throw this pair of jeans or this pair of leggings on and we're done. So I'm going to finish folding this laundry and see if I can finalize the outfits. And Palmer wants more lunch, so I'm gonna get that for her too. I've got this Taylor Joelle
Moana dress for Hudson. She wore this the last trip, but because I always size up, it still fits her. So this one will be great. But I got other girls from this other cute small shop. These, look at it. I think I'm gonna need a little white shirt to put underneath just to keep them warm, or maybe a cardigan, but so cute. It also has a little sash to kind of tie on it. My oldest son has this, which is totally his vibe. He helped pick it out. You know, Animal Kingdom, Lion King, I figure it works. But here is the secret, is that he had, like, you want your teen to buy in and like be like, this he liked, so he'll wear. So that is how we do coordinated outfits. And this is the coral romper my daughter is going to wear. It's, you know, so cute. It looks so cute on her, but it's just gonna be too cold for shorts, I think. So I need to figure something out. I also have this. Look how cute this is. This is Little Sleepies. It is so soft. I wish you could feel it through the camera, but it's so cute. But yes, looking at this, I still need to figure out myself, Sawyer, and my husband. She's over here on the clothes, but I think I just got the last day laid out. I'm actually thinking I had Ezra in like a plain shirt for last day's, kind of like a princess theme, but I think that he will love wearing this shirt again, and so he's only wearing it for a little bit on the first Magic Kingdom day, so I think that we're gonna do this again and again. I have washer and dryer, so that will be awesome, and I love how this one turned out. Ready to pack everything yet or have it laid out, but I am going to pack each of the day's outfits for the trip are ready. So I'm going to pack them the trip that I'm doing so that I can keep track, because I like to pack by each day instead of by person for the themed outfits. Is I have different colored packing cubes. And I'm doing them in rainbow, like Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Now there isn't a purple, so I have blue and deeper blue for the colors, but that way I will know like the first day is red, second is orange, and straight on down to help keep track, so I'm not just going through the packing cubes and having to open them. I know which day is which. So that, I'm going to get those packed up for now. Like I said, I still have some laundry that I'm doing for the kids' outfits. So we will get through that. And the kids will bring, I have some other stuff for them. Like they each have a couple pairs of pants, a couple pairs of like socks and underwear, and a couple sweatshirts, pajamas. So those they'll get their own packing cube for that can be mixed and matched with any of the other outfits. So I'm trying to keep things simple and as less stuff. Now I know this doesn't look like a lot of stuff, but yeah. Okay, let's get to it. Now, when I packed these or laid these out to make sure I have everything, I also laid it out from oldest to youngest, like so that I could keep track and make sure I had everyone's outfit. And then I wrote down as I was going through if there was something I need, like, oh, Sawyer's romper was in the wash, but once I grabbed it and put it in here, I could take that, post it off, and know that I'm ready to go. So that was kind of a big help in terms of getting things ready. But now I'm gonna put it in the package. Just 2 days away from our trip. The past few days have been a whirlwind. The other day got crazy trying to pack. Yesterday, just too crazy. So Derek took the youngest kids to Costco to get a few things that we're gonna bring and just kind of prep the house. So we have pet food for the people staying at our house to watch the pets. So I'm gonna take advantage and get packing. Right now is the stage of time where it just feels like everything is messier and more chaotic because you have things out to pack. My house needs to get ready. So there's a lot to do in 2 days. This morning I took the boys to get a haircut. They look so handsome. So that is fantastic. We're also celebrating Ezra's birthday tonight, just to add into all the pack prep chaos, because his birthday is Tuesday while we are gone, and this way we can celebrate with family and whatnot. So we're doing that tonight on top of everything else. But now it's time to get in. This is where my list will become handy and get to packing. I'm going to start with clothes. I had begun laying that out, as you saw a little bit earlier, but for me it was a couple days ago. So I had laid out the clothes for each day, but now I need to get kind of those things like pants and underwear and socks and things that we're going to need and get those all laid out so I can pack clothes. Then I will move on to things like activity bags and other things that we will need for the trip, toiletries, etc. Let's go. You're gonna laugh when you see this, but this is life with 6 kids, like big family. The whole bed is full of stuff. This is just clothes. And so we're gonna go through this and then I'm gonna pack it into cubes and then move on to the next category of things. Starting over here at the head of the bed are each day's park outfits, like for the entire family. And as I mentioned before, I used Roy G. Biv and did the rainbow colors so each day we would know what we're doing. So day 1 is red or R, orange, yellow, green, blue. Now the set didn't come with purple, so we have light blue and dark blue. So there's that. And then also a couple of the princess dresses are set up along. So those are all set to go. Then as we move along, we've got swimsuits for everyone, plus like cover-ups or shorts here. Those will go in our carry-on. In the middle, oh, Ray's gonna come join because cats, they only help. Ray, we love you, but go away. Then we have my stuff. So I have sweatshirts. It feels a little excessive. I've got 4 sweatshirts, but this is a sweater and I got last time. It was so cute. I couldn't resist. I was like, I need to bring it. And then like Valentine's is coming up and I thought that was super cute, but then a little more neutral sweatshirts. I don't know. They may not all come when I'm packing, but I'm going to try. I've got a few pairs of pants and these will just mix and match with my outfits. I have skirts already laid out in those, but if it's cold, I'll switch out with some pants, undergarments, pajamas, an extra t-shirt just in case. And then these in the middle here are all the travel day outfits. I like to have them ready and set out. For our travel day, we're leaving super early. So we're going to have the kids in their pajamas that they wear. We'll put them in the night before. We'll throw them into the car with a sweatshirt and socks. We'll have the sweatshirt, socks, shoes like lined up the night before so that in the morning we just throw them into their clothes and throw them in the car and we can get to the airport and not have to worry about dressing kids or doing anything like that. It's just so much easier. Plus, it's a long flight. It's comfortable to travel in pajamas. My husband and I will put on something comfortable to travel in, but that will work okay. And Ray is back. Moving along to the bottom of the bed, I have all the kids' clothes laid out by age. Again, it's just the best way to keep track of it. So Milo's sweatshirt, socks, and his pants are currently in the dryer, so we don't have those yet. But then the same thing. We just did a couple pairs of pants, one pair of shorts because it's not going to be super warm, pajamas, again, that we can just rotate through. They can wear with each of the different outfits that go. So they'll have like a small personal packing cube. Again, we got Hudson and Ezra, Palmer, and Cohen and Palmer. So they're all set here. Like I said, this is the kids threw in the travel stuff here. It looks like hodgepodge, but it works. And then my husband's stuff here as well. Again, same thing, couple pairs of pants, sweatshirts, and pajamas and whatnot. And then of course, the most important part are all the ears, and the three, Hudson, Sawyer, and I all have matching black and white ears we got on our last trip, so we have to bring those. I had rose gold ears, and for Christmas, the 4 girls got rose gold ears, so we can match. And then my other ears to go with different outfits, because you can't have too many ears, right? And the boys, I got these matching Walt Disney World hats as a part of their gift. I thought they were so cute. Milo purchased this one last time in Disney World. He wears it a lot, but he likes that one, so we'll have, you know, a few hats. So we've got those, and like I said, the other ones... Now I just need to get these into packing cubes so I can do the next part. I will put a Post-it note on a packing cube if it still needs something. For example, we're waiting for Milo's pants to dry. Those are in the laundry, so we'll put a little Post-it note on there. I think I might throw in extra pair of leggings for myself. We'll put a Post-it note on mine, but that way we can kind of move this off. Ezra actually asked me, if we're not done packing, will you just sleep with it like this? Like, no, where am I gonna sleep in here, buddy? So no, I'm not sleeping like this. I'm gonna have to. I guess that's motivation to get it done. Bagheera has also joined. The cats are like wigged out, and this is totally embarrassing showing you because this is what my floor looks like right now. Like, it's covered in stuff. Things are everywhere, but the cats are like laying on suitcases and in suitcases. Here's Bagheera. Are you making yourself at home? Yeah, he's getting comfortable. Bagheera is all about it. But we've got, I mean, you could see more things to pack. So much to pack. It's a mess. This is the reality of behind the scenes. I'm going to keep it real with you. Laundry to fold and put away, suitcase to pack. We've got everything into packing cubes, so let's talk what we're now packing into. Honestly, I have no idea how many suitcases I'm going to need. I know for sure 2 large suitcases and a carry-on. The carry-on will be things like swimsuits and our outfits for the day the kids will change into once we get there. So we're gonna see how many we need. We might need 3 this time. But the other thing that I also do is I'm bringing 2 duffels. These I love because they're flat. So they can pack flat. So I'm going to pack one of these in the bottom of a suitcase so that we have extra space should we need to on the way back. There's for things like souvenirs. I know some of my girls will be buying all the stuffies. Here's looking at you, Hudson. But that way we have room for that if we need it, or things don't pack as flat on the way back because you're not, you're in a little bit more of a hurry. So that's one of my packing secrets I always do. It always works out great. Then we're not having to check it on the way there or deal with it. I'm going to pack a second duffel full of usable things. And this way also gives us extra space come later when we're packing home, but they'll be used up on the trip. I figure might as well. We have 8 tickets paid for. That's 8 checked bags for free, so might as well use some of them. But I'm actually packing a ton of oatmeal in and granola bars. We could get these when we arrive, but might as well get them on our Costco here. We can, they're the cheapest at Costco, so we just stocked up. We know we'll go through these over the week. We have a kitchen so we can make oatmeal in the morning. So these kind of things, diapers and wipes and whatnot, will all be packed in our bag. first suitcase. Here we go. This is gold. To make sure we're not over the weight. You can hand me red and orange. We need a few. Oh, right now just purple. Put it right here. Hold on.
Yes. Always, I think it's better to take advantage of all the...
First suitcase is packed. I'm gonna see how the weight is. It has a lot of the heavy clothes, so we might have to do some rearranging, but we're gonna see this one and then move on to the next suitcase. Let's see. I have a luggage scale, best investment. Again, no one wants to get up to the counter and have to move stuff around then. I'd much rather know. Like, I take this with me. I just put it on backwards. I take it with me on the trip so that I can check when we're repacking for the trip. All right, moment of truth. Also moment of truth if I can lift it. Oh, 52 pounds, gotta take some weight out. We shifted some things around. Attempt number 2. $50.5. Third time's gonna be the charm, right? Third attempt. I don't know. The downside, this bag is fantastic. The downside is it's really easy to make heavy, which I'm sure is true for any large bag, but here we go. Third attempt. Zero this sucker out. Okay. All right, 48.2. We did it, yay! But we still have all this other stuff to get. We are going to pack the toiletries now. I realized that I hadn't set them out. We had pre-packed them kind of in advance, making sure we had everything that we needed, prescriptions, etc. So I'll kind of go over those really quickly. And then we're gonna pack some of the toiletries we can't pack to the morning of, things like glasses case, and then I'll throw my makeup into the bag. But let's go over what we have. So I have 2 toiletry bags because we will have 2 bathrooms. Also, again, big family. This one I bring with me on my own trip and I just love it. And then I just hooked a little clip here, but I'll kind of go through. This is the kids, and in here, this is nice because again, it has a hook. Whoops, if I can grab it. It has a hook so that I can just hang it up in the bathroom and we can save space. But along the top, one-handed is really complicated apparently. I have all the toothbrushes. These are fold-over toothbrushes, which are really nice. We have them labeled with names. I've got, you know, some Q-tips and a little thing of Tubby Todd lotion. We love Tubby Todd. Skin gets dry, feet tired and cracked. This is great for anything that you could need there. And then in the big part, I've got kind of the basics of, we have, you know, shampoo and conditioner and body wash. I have a large hairbrush. I was only going to bring one, but I figured there's so many of us trying to get girls out the door. Toothpastes and flossers, and, you know, they put some mouthwash in here. There's a little of everything. So the kids will be ready with, you know, kids body wash, shampoo, conditioner, and whatnot. In my case, this again was like the best thing that I ever purchased because everything I need I can keep right in here. And again, it also hangs, and like, look how amazing that is. But in the top part, I have my toothbrush, toothpaste, you know, lotion, fingernail clippers, floss, like all the things that you could come to need. The middle one, I have this spray is like my favorite. It's static bounce, like wrinkle release and like freshener. So if your clothes are super like wrinkly from packing, or you just need to freshen up something because you've worn it a few times, this is great for that. So I just put that in there. I have my makeup remover things. These are so soft. I like love them. And you don't need any like face wash to use. I just do there. My makeup will also go in here, and I have clips for when I'm like doing my makeup to pin my hair back. The next one is kind of the, you know, razor, body wash, hairspray, you know, dry shampoo pouch, kind of a little everything toiletries. Like I said, I love these little pack. Like I switched to this kind in my last trip, and it's great because as you use it up, they just take up less space. They're not huge, so I really like them. Facial cleanser, things like that. And then in a separate pouch, but that goes in here, is a little brush and hair ties and all the things, but then they're, you know, the hair pouch. And then down in the bottom, I've got my Q-tip case, some stain removers because messes happen. And so it's all together. And then my husband has his little pouch. He travels often for work, so it's like always ready to go. There's deodorant and toothbrush and shaving stuff and kind of his contact case and things like that. In here, this is my on the plane toiletry stuff. So I've got, this is always like, this is like the kind of the first aid kit, but like meds, Dramamine and Advil and Airborne and, you know, Sudafed just in case like that you need. And then there's some Band-Aids in there. And this has, like, this is my prescription meds. And then this is things that I will use on the plane or that I could need on the plane. So I've got my son's medication. He gets migraine, so his meds are in here. And then I have my contacts case. I like to take my contacts out on the plane. I also have my husband's contact case and a backup set of contacts should I decide I need to change them on the trip. I've definitely had to do that. So we've got all those things. And I also have my travel deodorant in there because it's always nice to freshen up after a plane ride, and some under eye patches. And then I'll throw my contacts in here, or not my contacts, my glasses in here like in the morning, and then kind of be ready to go. I also, you know, blow dryer, my hair's thick, I need a specific one, and straightener curling wand thing. So there's the toiletries. Bag number 2, test pack. 42 pounds, plenty of time. I might stick a few more things in here, but we do have quite a few things. So we're gonna see what this looks like. Because I was getting tired, so took a little break, had a little iced chai, and next we'll be packing the activity bags and carry-on things. I started packing the carry-on, and Bagheera decided he's going to. Look how snuggly he is. I don't think they'll let me bring you though, bud. Huh? Do you think they'll let me? In the carry-on, I have travel day outfits. These are the kids that they'll change into when we get to Orlando. And then I've got all our magic bands in here. So many. And those chargers along with the little Remy that I forgot to pack in the other one. But shoulder Remy. I've got a little massage gun. This thing is the best for the trip. It's also pretty heavy, so putting it in this carry-on will be nice. But this is really nice after park days to just have it's like a portable, one of those like Therma, I don't know. Anyway, this is fantastic for sore muscles. I have my 2 slings, which I packed up all ready to go. I like to have a sling that matches different park outfits. And then over here,
is Bagheera. I have our swimsuits in case the day of we just want to go, and we just make sure we have those packed. And then, like I said, here's sweet Bagheera. He wants to come. We have Ezra's birthday, and I have to go get ready for that. Derek was picking him up from a birthday party. The kids are having some quiet time, and I know that I've got some dishes to do because we've cleaned out the fridge. We're working on getting kind of those things so that the house is ready to be without us for a week. So those are the not so glamorous parts of packing. But let's go celebrate Ezra's birthday, and I will be back to finish packing activity bags. Well, we leave tomorrow, so but things took a turn last night. Let's just say for Ezra's birthday, he had a great birthday. It was super fun. Sawyer made the most delicious cake, and it was really great. But at bedtime, Derek and I noticed the house was so cold, and basically, long story short, the furnace died. So today we had a guy come out and try and fix it, and more needs to be replaced. So super fun since we leave tomorrow. Luckily, I have family that lives nearby, and they're gonna help be here so the furnace can get fixed. Whatever needs to be done. Let's just say it's not inexpensive. So we've got that. I'm also, as I use my makeup today, since in the morning I don't need a full face of makeup, I'm just gonna pack it in my bag as I go along so that I know what I need. Anyway, we have been freezing and hanging out in my room with the space heater and the door closed, and just trying to kids get homework done, you know, kind of they know what assignments they'll have next week, and so doing all that they can so it's limited what they need to do while they're gone. And because of the holidays, my kids are only missing 4 days of school, which is pretty nice. It's totally worth it for this Disney trip. But yeah, so I'm going to finish getting my makeup on, maybe throw another layer or two on, and then get to packing the activity bags. But I cannot believe that we leave tomorrow. This package just arrived from Amazon, so let's dive into it, and then I should be everything that I need for the activity bags for the plane. I decided last minute Friday that I think 1 or 2 more things would be great. So I threw these in, and yeah, okay, fantastic. These look great. Okay, I'm gonna get to unloading this stuff, organizing this stuff out, and then I will show you what's in each activity bag. Everything is all laid out. I'm going to kind of go through what I've got here. The kids also packed a few things on their own. Each of the kids' activity bags, what they're bringing for their travel bag, I call them activity bags. It's their backpacks, it's their carry-on. It will go under the seat in front of them. It's basically their backpack from school. Most of my kids have the Pottery Barn large size, no wheels or anything, that they can carry themselves. We just emptied it out of all their school stuff, and then we'll fill it with things to keep busy on the plane. One of my kids has a Rad Rev backpack that's a little bit smaller. It won't be an issue. And then I'm personally, my husband and I are kind of sharing our carry-ons based on how they are. We have diaper bags / carry-ons, and I will show you those very last. But first, let's go through these. One thing that I did pack is a sippy cup, that, you know, clean sippy cup with a lid for my toddler and preschooler, just because, you know, they give you drinks on the plane. Open cups and toddlers is just pure stress for mom and everyone around. So this way we can just plop it in there. We can also bring these into the parks if we get drinks, and then we can make sure that they have a lidded cup. So that is just going right into their pouch right there. And then my daughter, this is Cohen. She, like I said, they did pack a few things themselves, their own books, like a couple books to read. So just kind of keep that in mind. Each of my kids has a book to read. Older kids have homework, but we're going to go through each kid. I will start at the youngest 3 because there's somewhat overlaps, and then we'll go up to the oldest 3. So the youngest 3 are Palmer, age 3, Cohen, age 5, and Ezra, he'll turn 7 on this trip. And so let's go over their stuff.
So these things we took on our last trip. I ended up actually getting new ones. These ones are slightly larger. The kids use the other ones into the ground, but these things are fantastic, and they actually provided so much entertainment, like on the flight, during, long lines, anything that we needed for, because they were great. They're super thin and just easy to do. So they're fun. You just can write on them. I'm not sure, can you see? There's a little bit of glare, and then you just can erase it with the press of a button. And so they can play tic-tac-toe, they can drive, they can write, hangman, all the things. These are great. They can draw, erase, whatnot. It's all right here. It comes with this little string to tie it so you don't lose the pen, you're not chasing it, and it clips right in. So again, these will be activity bags, and then I will throw them in the stroller as well, for in the parks when we're waiting or sitting at table, restaurant or anything like that, to entertain the kids. And I got 2 packs. So they come in a 2-pack. I picked the green or blue and pink. My kids love those colors, so I got 4 of them. So my youngest 3 will have them, but I also have one my older girls can use, or my oldest son they can use, because they like to, again, play hangman or tic-tac-toe or just kind of doodle themselves on the plane. And so, having 4 was not an issue. So these are a must-have. So we've got these. Another thing that I got for the youngest 3 especially, are just kind of all kinds of stickers. I went to the dollar section and found a bunch of Disney themed ones. These were probably a $3 packet. There was a whole bunch of sheets. I got these, and then I also got some other ones, and then off Amazon I got these little face princess ones. I thought they were so cute. So I'm putting a few here in their bag. I'll show you, I have a folder for them to kind of keep, so we don't have a huge amount. So they've got a few of these each. And for the 2 girls, I'll show you Ezra's in a moment, but that way, and then the rest I'm bringing and sticking in my activity bag for restaurants. Then for Ezra, also in the dollar section, they had Toy Story and Lion King stickers. So I got those packs. Again, I just grabbed them 1 sheet each. They come with 4 sheets, and put the rest in the other activity bag. So I'll have some for, say, the flight home, or for during, slow times, or in the things. But I also found superhero ones, like the princess ones. I thought these were so cute, and he will love these. There's a Spider-Man too. Spider-Man's one of his favorites. So I think that he will enjoy doing these and just kind of entertain him a little bit. So I got these, lots of stickers, again, things just to keep them busy. On that line, I also got these. I actually got them for placemats in the restaurant or sitting, but I figure they can do it on the plane if they want. So these are disposable placemats, but they can color on them. I thought, well, they can put it on their tray, they can color it, they can do whatever. Again, the pack, I gave each kid 1 of these, each of the youngest kids 1 of these, and then I put some aside for that restaurant bag, which I'll show you shortly. And then I also got these guys. These were probably the biggest hit. The LCD screens and these were huge on our trip last time, and it's just reusable stickers. There's a sheet of stickers with each theme. This is dinosaur, and this came in a 6-pack. So there's dinosaurs and vehicles for Ezra. Palmer, I gave ocean and animals, so that they can have, and they can always trade and whatnot. But I mean, look how cute these little guys are. The girls, they haven't seen these, so they're gonna love. I'm don't touch anything from an Amazon box. And then also it came with farm and princess, so a good variety, lots of cute scenes. I just dropped the stickers, but here's the princess scene. Yeah, super fun. The kids will love these. And like I said last time, it really entertained them, just sticking them on, moving them, having a fun scene, and resticking is key too. So stickers is the theme of these activity bags. Also for Ezra, and then the older girls, I got these paint by stickers. This is a little bit more of an advance than just straight up stickers, but these are great books. I let him pick one, so he does know about this one, but it's great. It's like paint by number, but with stickers. So there's cats, can you see that? With all these little numbers, and then the sticker sheet behind. So it's kind of tedious little work, but it entertains the kids for a long time. And like I said, the older girls will even enjoy doing this. Maybe I'm gonna grab a sheet and do it. But so this will be a great one, and kitties is always fun. So he picked this one. for that. On a lower level, I found a dotted princess set that's more, instead of like as tedious with numbers, it's just kind of filling in a space with color for that. And these I think will be fantastic for Cohen, maybe Palmer, but there's not as many as in those books. So I'm going to just kind of put this in Cohen's and see about, you know, if the other stickers need. Maybe I whip one out for Palmer, but this is mainly for the 5-year-old. Then I have the activity pouch. In here, I've got on one side, I put a fresh pack of crayons, which is always fun to color with. And I also have, this one's Ezra's, some colored pencils so that he can color. One of the pouches has a pencil sharpener. They can share, we'll all be similar. And then I got these mini magnetile things. In my pre-trip haul, I shared about these, but these are so cool. So it's a little pack of, they're called pip tiles. And, you know, the kids love building with the magnets. There's, you know, kind of some different shapes so they can sit and kind of build with them. They're squares and they're not huge. So the whole pack fit in this side of the pouch. Whoops, I dropped one really easily. They're magnetic, so those will be great. I also put a few Hot Wheels cars in for him because he could play with cars forever. He can drive them on the seat. So I got a few new ones that he hasn't seen. Just opened them up. Obviously in teal because that's my favorite color. There was also a really cool purple one. So anyway, those I think will keep him entertained. He can build something with magnetiles. And again, this is something that he can play when we come back to rest in the room. He can play with these or get out the coloring stuff. So this will be great. This is his pouch. So in Ezra's backpack and the 3 youngest, I actually have these folders. I used them last time. They worked fantastic because I could print out some coloring sheets or tear some out. So I had some. I just found free printables that went along with things that he loves, printed them out. I will also stick those stickers right in here and it just keeps things confined and really like thin, narrow for packing, like to keep it small. So there's that. I also had them pick out a stuffy or two. He is bringing his tiny Groot, this little guy. Headphones are a must, so those are in his bag. And he's got a book to read, as I said. And finally, his little journal that he needs to do for school. He's supposed to keep a travel journal while away since he's missing a few days, which is super fun. And he's got that in here too. So that's Ezra's bag. Oh, one more thing that I've got in Ezra's bag, a blanket. Now this seems crazy, but I get cold on the plane and also I'll get cold in the resort. We're at night sometimes, you know, Disney blankets are thin, so we will be asking for extras, but I brought my little Sleepy's blanket last time and it was fantastic for the plane, getting cozy. You know, it's a long flight. He can use it as a pillow. He can share it with Milo. Like, we're bringing 3 of these blankets. So, or 2 of these and plus one of Palmer's most favorite blanket that she sleeps with every night that we just want to have to make life easy. So by having this, he can use it on the plane. We could throw it on the stroller in the evening. So these will be great and they don't take up a ton of space, as you can see, but they're super soft yet warm. I love them. So bringing a blanket for comfort. So that is the rest of Ezra's bag. Cohen also has one of these zip pouches that has 2 sides. On one side, again, a pack of crayons and the colored pencils, and she has a sharpener that, again, we can kind of pass around the kids as they need a pencil sharpener. You know, it will be quiet. It, you know, has a container so it's not making a mess, but they can have nice sharp pencils. And then on her side, she also has a pack of these magnetile things, but they are like pink and purple. There's some green and blue, but they're also glittery, which is super fun. So she will like playing with those as well. And that is her little pouch. There's also an Anna in here somewhere. Or maybe it's in Palmer's. I need to find her little Elsa figurine just to give him someone to play with. A couple little figurines to toss in here. So I'll be grabbing those, and that's her pouch. The other thing that I'm bringing into the young girls activity bags is a couple games. This is Alphabet Go Fish, which is perfect for those preschoolers. It's a favorite game here, great for practicing letters and entertain. We can play it on the plane, we can play it in the room, whatnot, and it's contained. I also brought some princess matching. As you can see, I threw them in here, just enough for like 16, I think, total matches, so that it's not like a huge game, but something we could play, maybe not on the plane, but in the room. And this was an easy way to keep it contained. We love these for our house, so we don't have all these boxes everywhere, but they're also great for travel because it's super small, there's not a box. I don't know, I love these. Cohen also has a pair of headphones in here, a couple stuffies, and a couple books. Again, books are great because we can read them quietly on the plane, but also use them for bedtime when, you know, reading before bed. We always read stories, so there's that. And then she also has a couple stuffies. Jasmine, gotta bring Jasmine, right? And then a couple other small little plush guys down here. So there. And I will note, all of the kids will also have their Kindles. We've already preloaded with a couple movies that they can watch to keep them entertained. But these are things to kind of help not just be on screens the entire time or if they're getting restless. So that will be kind of that. That's the little kids. Let's move on to Derek and I because it's laid out, and then I'll do the big kids, which really isn't much. But let's look at Derek and I. This is a bag that I do love. It's by Bag Smart. It's great because it just has a lot of space, and you'll see once I pack it. The downside, I do wish it had a backpack strap. It can get heavy. I'm very good at making it very heavy, but it can fit so much. It can go under your seat in many airlines, or we can stick it up above, but this will fit down below. The other bag that we're using is the Rad Rev full-size backpack. I love this bag. We use it as a diaper bag or, you know, bag. So this will be my park bag, and it will be packed slightly different for a park bag. So things that I've got here, I will have my camera on me. I just can't help myself. I have to bring my camera. And this is all kind of electronic stuff for the camera, vlogging camera. There's some portable chargers. So I've got two because it's Derek and I. There's just kind of all the pieces here for that. This is my diaper pouch. We use this like every day, like anytime we're going out. But one side is wipes and hand sanitizer, and the other side is diapers. It's just nice and compact. It's easy to just take this instead of worrying about the whole diaper bag. Of course, we've got some Clorox wipes so we can wipe down anything that we need to, but the seats of the plane, everything around there, and so we'll have that on us. A couple pouches of liquid IV that we like to keep on us. This is another one of those cloud blankets that I love oh so much. I've got this. I'm going to show you this in a minute because it looks crazy, but just you wait. Water bottle. We'll also have another water bottle. This is my sling. I will show you this in a moment, but I will be wearing my sling on me the whole time. I also we will have our Lorcana. My husband and son got this game for Christmas, and so we're going to bring each of their sets. So again, maybe they'll play on the plane, maybe they'll play in the room, whatnot. We're really enjoying it. I'm not bringing this book. I'm almost done with it. So I need to finish it tonight so I can only bring this book, which is a really big book to bring. I'm not sure, if I'll get to read anything at all because life with kids, but I can bring it in hopes of, but this is here to remind me, finish this book. Look how close I am. So close. I also have, I showed you this in toiletries. This is my carry-on need for the plane toiletries, like contact solution. I'll put my glasses in here so that I can take my contacts out, medications and things. This is the kind of first aid pouch with any medications we might need, Band-Aids, etc. And then I've got the snack pouches. So this is a really big one. So kids will have some snacks in here. We've got some applesauce and some bars and some fruit snacks. I also have some little peanut butter cups, and in here, I figure if we get a bagel at Starbucks, we can put it on. I also am packing some graham crackers because those are great with peanut butter. Okay, are you still wondering what this is? Because when I got this at Starbucks, and I'm very excited about it, and they had it at Christmas time, and then it went on clearance, and I was like, I need this for all of my trips because it holds straws, which is really nice because then your straw isn't just in your bag getting dirty, but I hate paper straws. They just melt into your cup, no fun. So this way, it came with 2 straws in here. And so reusable straws, so I can put them in there, but also a little cleaning brush. So it's like a whole portable kit all in one. It's the most amazing thing, so that I don't have to have paper straws, but I also don't have to worry about them not being clean. And on top of that, our straws for our water bottles, I'll be able to easily clean and not have to worry about bringing another set for that. So this will be great, and this will just be in my diaper bag for any time I need a straw. Okay, this is my sling. I will be wearing it on my body like so. I'm always doing this. You probably noticed that I packed 3 of these because I like to mix and match with my outfit. This one is black. I have a cute little keychain on here with Mickey. I put my purple strap on. The other straps I prepped. I have a red one and a teal one I'm bringing for this trip for different outfits that they can coordinate with. This thing I wear in the park, on the plane, like it almost never leaves my body, like except on Tron because you have to, but everything else you can wear this on because it's really, really close to my body. Can you even see that? And so it's on, it's really comfortable. In it, I have, you know, my wallet. Right now I have my magic band, so it's ready to go when we get to the park or when we get to the resort, so I can just tap into my room. A pair of sunglasses, you know, my wallet, which I pared down because I like to have it thin. I will also have in here I can put this camera that I'm filming on right now when I'm not using it. I can stick it in here. Extra battery for that, because you never can have enough, along with hand sanitizer, eye drops, and I stocked each bag with eye drops and hand sanitizer. I did that backwards. Eye drops and hand sanitizer so that I don't have to remember to switch these back and forth. Just say my wallet and camera gear. Also some like lip stuff. So, you know, these are like my 3 love to have in every bag. And then when we're also out, the only difference for my park bag that I changed for this is that I toss in, I obviously would wear my magic band, and I toss in one of those portable chargers and I can keep it right here. Or again, it's fine in the stroller. If I'm solo and don't have the stroller, then I will keep one in here. And if I'm not with the stroller, if I have the stroller, I can keep it in there too. So this is like the best park bag. I don't need a whole bunch else. As far as what the big kids are bringing, they're bringing homework, a book to read, and then they've got some coloring sheets and things that they can do, but I'm not super concerned. If you have a 13-year-old boy, maybe you know, he would use all that screen time. We usually do not allow 5 hours of screen time, so a 5-hour flight, he's gonna be very excited to just have some screen time. Again, they have their Kindles with downloaded movies, I think a few different games on there, and that's kind of what they're bringing. Obviously headphones for everyone. Just going through what Hudson packed. Let's count how many stuffies she packed. 1, 2, 3, but also 4. Derek had this as a baby. It's so cute. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stuffies. I did it. All the activity bags are packed. I moved rooms here because the kids are starting to take showers and stuff, but we are ready for our trip. The last few things I already have on a checklist. So in the morning, I will grab those things, check them off, throw them in the bags. Again, things that we can't bring. We're going to have the Kindles charging until last minute. You know, the kids, the oldest 2, their watch charger, things like that. So I've got my checklist, grab those things in the morning, and then it's off to Disney. Also tonight, I will be showering and blow dry my hair, being all ready, so I don't need to worry about that in the morning. Getting all the kids clean too. So that process has started. It is a process because, as you can imagine, bathing 1 kid is a process. 6. Again, the oldest can do themselves, but anyway. I am so excited. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe and follow along for our journey. I'd love to have you there, crew. And I'll catch you in the next video.